Hey guys, CNC Freak here, and I am back with my weekly episode of Fondle My Wii for you. Today I'll be playing Fragile Dreams Farewell Ruins of the Moon. A very interesting survival horror slash adventure slash role-playing game. It was released in America in March of 2010, and unlike other games, this will be the very first time that I've played this game. So I've left all the introductions in, so let's see how it goes. In Fragile Dreams, you play a 15-year-old boy named Seto who recently lost the old man he was living with. And basically, it's set in a post-apocalyptic version of Earth where most of the population was wiped out. And pretty much you're just going around trying to find other survivors in the game.
That was all too short. The old man I was living with passed away. Even after all the years we spent together, I never knew his name. Later that evening, I dug a shallow grave in the front yard of our home and buried him there. At that moment, I was truly alone in the world. Maybe I'll find something he left behind. It's so dark I can hardly see. If I crank open the dome, then I can let in some moonlight.
And thus begins, like most games, the tutorial part. The first part, it basically teaches you how to use the Wiimote to investigate items that are scattered throughout the world. You basically just point the Wiimote at an item while holding the B button down, and if the cursor gets really big, like it's about to right here when I look at this crank, you basically just hit the A button and it interacts with the item. One of the first things I've noticed about the game is the horrible voice acting by the main character, but one good thing is it doesn't distract from the game too much. Definitely the games felt more like a point-and-click adventure game than a role-playing game, but from what I've read, you actually have levels. You can go all the way up to like level 35. When you're in combat, it shows a health meter. You have an inventory. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how this game pans out. The game unfortunately didn't get very good reviews, but most of the time I don't actually listen to people who do reviews. I like to play the game and see how it is for myself, especially if it's a role-playing game. But more recently, the game's been getting much more positive reviews.
Hey, look. It's his flashlight.
And once again, it's time for another tutorial. This is a really short one. It basically just shows you that now, since you've got a flashlight, when you highlight items, now little fireflies will appear. And when you see that, you know there's an item to be discovered, so you should definitely go investigate it when you see that. Another thing I really don't like about the game, and it doesn't detract again too much, is the controls. I don't know if it was because I was playing on my laptop with the Wiimote and the screen just wasn't big enough, but it was very twitchy and I had a really hard time turning. So when I'm about to get into this library area that's coming up shortly, you'll see that I have a hard time traversing that the library.
It's a record of my growth. I don't remember him doing it every year.
And here come the twitchy controls I was talking about.
Stubborn little things. I thought they were all dead, but I see at least one survived.
Who's there? Who are you? How'd you get in here?
Why should I answer?
And finally, the last tutorial in this video is the combat tutorial. Basically, all you need to do is, you've already got your stick out, you just line yourself up with the creature and you hit the A button to attack.
How pathetic. Such a useless creature.
What are you?
I do not have to answer to you.
By the time you read this, I'll already be gone. Before, I didn't really care if I was dead or alive. I never considered myself worthy of living. And yet, I knew not even death could atone for my sins. You have no idea how hard it was for me to even write you this letter. It's strange, really, for having wasted so much of my life. Now that the end is finally in sight, I never dreamed I'd feel like this. Only the time I spent with you gave meaning to my worthless life. Only now do I regret that I didn't open my heart to you more. Why is it, as I say goodbye, that I'm brimming with so many things I wish I could have said to you? Please forgive this foolish old man. Head east of here, and you will reach a tall red tower. I can't promise, but there you might find other survivors besides yourself. When I am gone, you must go east. Now go.
Enceto. Thank you for everything.
Alright guys, I had to re-edit the video because of the music video that played right after this part. Yamaha decided to mute my complete video, the dickheads, because it was copyrighted material. At least they thought it was, so I had to cut it out. Alright, on to a review. I just don't feel I've played the game enough to rate it review, but down below guys, please rate it for me. Let me know what you thought about the game. Thanks again guys for watching, I really appreciate it.